Salve, salve pessoal, beleza? Santanão na área. Galera, estamos aqui com mais uma nova edição do Game Pass, que é o Return to Grace. Galera, eu não tenho muita informação sobre esse jogo. A única informação que eu vi ali, até nos comentários no Xbox, é que esse jogo não tem localização para português BR, né? Mas mesmo assim tinha muita gente elogiando o jogo. Pra mim tava parecendo um jogo de puzzle, né? Esses jogos de puzzle que tem. Pode até ser nesse estilo mesmo. Ele é em primeira pessoa. A gente faz o papel de uma arqueóloga que tenta desvendar os mistérios aí de uma coisa que ela achou enterrada por não sei quantos anos. A gente vai dar uma olhada nesse jogo agora, rapaziada. Lógico que eu vou ter que usar o meu Reis das Ruas, né? Já que não tem localização para português BR. Vamos ver se eu vou conseguir me virar nesse jogo, porque geralmente quando é muita leitura, assim, pode ser que eu me dê uma enrolada, mas a gente vai tentar. Eu já ajustei aqui nas opções as opções que tem a gama e o campo de visão, já botei no máximo aqui. Tem muita coisa para mexer nos botões. Caraca, tem Fire. Ih, caralho, não sabia que era assim não. Sabia que ia ter. Será que esse Fire é de tiro mesmo? Tirar? E estamos começando agora, não esqueça de deixar aquele likezão aí. Seguir o canal que a gente tá com a meta de 1000 inscritos para conseguir a segunda parte da parceria, beleza? Quem puder seguir o canal aí, dá aquele ajuda para nós. Também temos os planos aí de membro de R$ 2,99 a R$ 14,99 aí. Fica à vontade. Olhem os benefícios e fique à vontade. Mas o importante aqui é vocês por perto. Sempre acompanhando aí o nosso canal.
Adie? Adie, please respond.
Everything hurts.
You've been out for nearly an hour.
Tudo está doendo.
We've crashed.
Você estava desmaiada por mais de uma hora.
My hull is intact. Thrusters 2 and 4 are damaged and will require realignment.
So will my back.
Ah, já sou eu aqui? Caraca.
Not before we talk about your suit.
Okay, talk.
I'm reading green on seals, green on batteries. Thermals are, well, not green, but fine, and you have 5.35 hours.
Falando sobre os parâmetros de oxigênio, térmico, como é que tá, ele tá fazendo a revisão e tal.
I have a plan.
I'm concerned that...
I have a plan.
Understood.
Now, open the hatch.
The canopy hydraulics are not responding. You'll have to pull the manual release.
Ele tá dizendo que eu vou ter que abrir manualmente porque não tava funcionando o esquema para abrir automaticamente aqui a porta. Aí eu abro com o analógico da esquerda, só botar para baixo.
Seriously? You stupid piece of junk.
I'm right here.
Pedaço de lixo. Ela falou. Caraca, tá legal o jogo, hein? Já dá uma conquista.
Any sign of the spire?
I'm not picking up
Caramba.
you, just the original beacon signal. You'll need to use your wayfinder to locate an entry point.
Ela tá dizendo pra eu usar algum mecanismo que mostre o caminho.
You know the beacon could be anything. A lost colony, a relay station.
200 distinct oral histories can't be wrong, Alan. Grace is here.
Eu sei que é pra lá, mas eu sou meio... Quem me acompanha aí nas lives sabe que eu sou chato, velho. Eu gosto de ir pra onde o jogo manda. Aí nesse caso eu me ferrei. Tem uma paredezinha invisível ali. Então vamos... É um jogo indie, né? Dá pra ver que é um jogo indie, então assim, dificilmente vai ter um caminho diferente. É seguir o que o jogo tá pedindo.
I think it's safe to assume that Ganymede is not an exception.
Não pula, não faz nada aqui. Eu tô tentando... Só mexe o rosto e anda. Eu acho que
There's something man-made here.
quanto mais próximo eu chego, mais rápido fica o contadorzinho ali. Ela falou até algo feito por humanos.
Looks like a weather station or maybe a seismic station. It looks the era of that relay from the Dawes Sea.
Uma estação de climática ou de... essas de terremoto sísmico.
There's a little bridge here. There wouldn't be much sense of building this if we weren't within walking distance of the spire.
By all estimates, the beacon is within 400 meters.
This looks climbable.
Ela falou que dá pra subir aqui. Parece que dá pra subir. Eu vou tentar. O jogo tá bem legal mesmo, rapaziada. O gráfico assim, bem direitinho, bem... Aí aqui eu posso ir pros dois lados. Eu tô curioso pra dar uma olhada aqui. Se o jogo deu caminho aí, eu vou mesmo. Parece que eu acertei, deixa eu ver. Ou os dois caminhos iam mesmo, né? Mas certeza que uma hora vai acontecer alguma coisa aqui. Falei.
There goes the back again.
What happened?
Fell into a stupid fissure.
Mas aqui era só um caminho pra ir,
Looking for a
né?
new way to reach the spire. Or at least someplace where it will be easier to find my body.
Essas conversas que eles estão falando não influenciam. Eu ia dizer que não influenciava, eu digo assim, não influencia diretamente no que tu tem que fazer pra frente. São conversas entre a mulher e a inteligência artificial ali, que ajuda ela. Eu tô andando desconfiado porque eu nem olhei se esse jogo é um jogo de aventura, suspense, mas tá parecendo que é...
Looks a little tight.
Ué, cadê o... Quebrou? Ah, aqui. Outra estação aqui. Ih, será que eu voltei?
Another station. They're too close together to be weather stations.
So seismic then. Icequakes would be the risk of building here. So it makes sense they would track activity. The surface temperature
Essa me mexeu um pouquinho mais rápido.
feels much longer.
We're close. I can feel it.
I wish I shared your optimism.
Oh my god. This has to be it.
What are you seeing, Adie?
I'm looking at what must be the spire superstructure. I can't imagine how something this big has gone undetected for this long.
A 500-year-old storm?
I don't know. Doesn't seem possible. I can see an exhaust port that might be low enough to jump to.
Achamos o pináculo, então. E agora? Eu não consigo ir ali. Ah.
Did you make it, Adie?
I'll let you know in 1 sec. I'm in. All right, Grace. Let's find out what you've been up to for the past 900 years.
Vamos ver o que aconteceu nos últimos 900 anos. Tô curioso pra saber qual que é a história por trás desse... A história por trás desse jogo aqui. Se é um cara só que desenvolveu, se é uma equipe. Tá com um cara que é um jogo desenvolvido por uma pessoa, não? Digo assim, desenvolvedor do game mesmo, a mecânica. Lógico que aí vai ter um som contratado, alguma coisa assim. Caramba, será que o jogo é meio que um suspensezinho?
You should see this spooky tunnel I'm in, Alan.
And why would I want that?
Come on, you're not excited?
You crash-landed me in a frozen hellscape and left me for salvage.
10 years of research, not to mention 6 months of spaceflight, are about to pay off.
But at what cost?
Don't ruin this for me. Looks like a bit of a labyrinth, but I'm still picking up the signal ahead.
And you can still hear me?
Loud and clear, buddy. These can't be powered. Must be airflow in the tunnels.
Ela falou que acredita que não tá energizada, que deve ser a força do vento no encanamento ali.
For venting, maybe?
Or for the production and movement of air.
Which means more than a few people used to live here.
Pra lá, mas deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui.
The structure looks to be in decent condition.
Another good sign.
Looks like the tunnels can be air sealed. I'm guessing large parts of the station can be pressurized.
Se os túneis estivessem selados.
Everything about this place looks 30th century to me. It's the right era, the right size.
Don't say it, Adie. We've had our hopes dashed before.
Acho que agora é só ir direto mesmo, já não tá mais mudando a mensagem. Tô indo bem Ué? Ah. Caraca, como parece que eu tô andando no mesmo lugar, cara. Tá, dá pra andar ali, né? Loucura, cara. Ó.
This would take me back to the start.
Ah, então tinha um outro caminho pra chegar até aqui.
This one's broken. I think I can crawl through.
Tem nada assim de espetacular nos botões, é um botão de ação e pra tudo, pra abaixar, pra pular, é tudo o mesmo botão. Botão pra examinar.
Jeez. That's gotta be over 15 meters.
Deve ser mais de 15 metros.
Of that on Earth, then a 15-meter fall here would be the equivalent of falling less than 3 meters at standard G, which you've mastered a couple of times already on the moon's surface.
Ele falou sobre a influência da gravidade aqui, que não vai ser tão alto.
I could calculate outcome probabilities based on previous drop impacts if you've already jumped, haven't you?
Como tem... Acho que eu não prestei atenção direito, mas acho que ele falou que é... Não sei se ele falou que era 3 vezes a gravidade da Lua.
Gosh, I hope this is the right way.
Estamos chegando. Mais um escorregadorzinho de leve aqui. Seria bom se pudesse despencar direto, né? Apertando aqui, mas...
Oh boy, this is slick.
Adie?
Oh no.
Ih. Certo.
Whoa.
Oh.
Are you hurt, Adie?
I'm working on it. The structure is enormous.
A estrutura
This
é
has to be
enorme.
the Gray Spire, Alan.
And there it is.
Esse deve ser o pináculo da Grace.
I found the beacon. The transmitter is on some sort of console.
It must be part of a control network for the megastructure.
You think we can make a connection here?
Theoretically, if you
Ele
run
falou
a
que parece um console, que dá pra fazer a conexão com tudo por aqui. Agora eu vou usar.
The interface language is quite old and sophisticated, but we should be able to
A
calculate
linguagem de interface é um pouquinho
use
antiga.
your gyroscope to sync with the terminal.
Aí pedi pra usar o giroscópio pra sincronizar.
The meter will indicate when you are close.
Eu acho que
Watch
quanto
the meter closely and move your hand slowly to find the position.
tá falando que aquele medidor na esquerda ali vai indicar quando eu estiver perto. Ó.
First position is locked. Second calibration position is up.
Agora é o outro. Jogo invertido. Opa, não é tão invertido não.
That's two, and here's the final position.
Agora a posição final.
That's it. We're in. Accessing the network now. Oh,
Vai ser um joguinho de puzzle mesmo isso aqui.
Shit. Alan, you there? Alan?
Cara,
Hello.
desde
A visitor. Let's have a look.
Where's Alan? Who is this?
Who is this? Who are you? Entering a home without knowing its host.
Are you Grace?
Tá perguntando quem é você que tá entrando sem
Good question.
conhecer o dono
I'm
da
not
casa.
entirely Grace.
Aí ela perguntou se é a
Running on just a
Grace.
small part of her logic processing.
Grace is still here.
And what brings you here?
My name is Adie Ito. I'm an explorer.
I must apologize, Adamari.
Adie Ito é o nome do personagem.
I cannot see very far beyond the room we are in.
I've lost connection with my ship's AI.
You won't need Alan here. I can show you around.
Will you be able to let me out of this room?
Of course. But until we are able to restore power to the station, I will require your assistance. There should be a manual winch set in the floor at the foot of one of the sliding doors.
Aí tá falando que tem alguma coisa no pé de alguma das portas. Aí o nome que ela falou ali eu não sei o que é, mas diz que no pé de alguma porta vai ter alguma
Look for a hinged floor grate at
hinged.
the foot of one of the doors.
Aí ferrou, né?
The winch
Dobra-
is set in the
dobradiça.
floor below one of the doors.
Embaixo da porta, uma dobradiça. Opa!
This must be it.
Working the winch will open the door.
Do you know where Grace has been all this time?
Grace went somewhere?
She's been gone for hundreds of years.
I am running on a very old server. My memories predate the completion of the Grace Spire.
Grace ushered in humanity's golden age. Peace across the system.
Agora que eu entendi.
Planetary trade, scientific marvels, colonies beyond the orbit of Neptune. And then she was gone, and it all fell apart.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Well, you're a lot more than an archaeologist usually gets.
Elevadorzinho bem manual.
The first step to restoring Grace is to bring the Spire's power station back online.
Let's do it.
Aí o primeiro passo pra eu não vi ali, mas acho que é pra encontrar a Grace é restaurar a energia.
What do I do here?
Aqui vai ser um
This is a
puzzle.
security panel. I am decrypting the pattern now. Ah, yes. Simple enough. You'll need to light up 9 buttons, forming a square at the center of the panel.
Tem que acender 9 quadrados, formando um quadrado no centro do painel. Acender 9 desses quadradinhos brancos, provavelmente. Formar um quadrado no meio, centro desse painel aqui.
Okay. The 9 buttons in the center.
That is what I said.
If you're not Grace, then what do I call you?
I don't believe there are any identification strings in my base logic that would suffice.
I'll call you Logic then. For now. Until we have a better idea of who you are. And, you can call me Adie.
I will refer to you as Adie, then. Until we have a better idea of who you are. Do they not have squares where you are from?
Just give me a second.
Não sei se é tão fácil assim apagar todos. Jogo de puzzle mesmo. É mais. Será que eu já vou travar no primeiro?
Light only the 9 lights at the direct center of the panel. You need to toggle the other lights off.
Qual é que tem que ser um quadrado, né? Deixa eu ver quantos mais que tem.
Light only the 9 central squares.
Mas ela falou que tem que formar um quadrado, né?
Light only the 9 central squares.
Light only the 9 central squares. Ah, tá. Agora eu entendi. Só os 9 quadrados do centro. Mas
Only the 9 central squares.
light only the 9 central squares.
Light only the 9 central squares.
Caraca. Ah, eu acho que eu segui aqui. Porra, tá louco. É que eu não queria fazer. Eu queria formar o quadrado, mas eu não entendi que era até o do meio, né?
So what exactly are you?
The station's emergency server had defaulted to Grace's original logic processing. That's me, as you've suggested. The server
Isso é o que a barreira do inglês
infrastructure
pode causar pra galera. Por isso que esse tipo de jogo
solely to empathizing with
eu entendo
and
perfeitamente a galera reclamar.
When power is restored,
A
Grace's
barreira do
primary
inglês
server
aqui atrapalha
should
muito,
come
cara.
online, and we will become some small part of Grace's consciousness. Go ahead and activate the elevator.
Desce pra
This
baixo.
looks like metallic rock.
The power station is set into the spire's foundation stone.
The foundation stone would have been an asteroid, right?
Most certainly. About 50 cubic kilometers, from what I can recall.
Amazing. Most accounts of Grace's origins talk about an asteroid being pulled from the heavens. That makes sense. There wouldn't be any construction resources on Ganymede and nothing to anchor the structure. I can't imagine the effort it would have taken to redirect an asteroid that big. We don't do anything like that
Eu
today.
ainda não consegui entender o que é Grease, cara.
Can you open this?
With some difficulty, I will need to direct power from logic to control processing, and I will not function at the same cognitive level until full power is restored.
What do you mean, at the same level?
Good luck, Adie.
Ela tá dizendo que ela não vai funcionar bem se eu não conseguir restaurar
You still there?
todo o poder de energia.
Sound a little different.
Tudo agora.
Just stronger. The voice of control resonates through the very walls of the structure. I shall start the turbine after you prime the generators that open the spillway.
And this turbine still works?
It worked before, and it will work again. You shall find the generators on the platform at the other side of the room.
Alrighty. What's the crane for?
Go to the 3 generators overlooking the turbine.
Vá para os 3 geradores. Ah, tá. Vamos ver o que vai ser lá. Mais um puzzle, né? Ver se a gente consegue, nosso inglês das ruas, entender o puzzle.
So, why do you need me to start these?
Tradition. A time-honored failsafe of including human hands in the operation of this station.
So, do you share memories with the logic processor?
Indeed, we are all part of Grace. Aspects of her infinite power. Shadows of what was, and promises of what will be. I was the light that shone in the darkness. I was the hand that divided the firmament.
A princípio eu acho que não tem nenhum puzzle aqui ainda. O puzzle vai estar lá.
The
Acho.
turbine has failed us.
That's not good.
I must call upon you to cast out the wicked instrument,
The what?
the broken turbine. You must go to it now.
Alright.
Vamos ter que repor a turbina ali, trocar. Aí acho que agora começa essa parte aqui do guindaste, né? Tô achando um jogo bem feito. Ih, carai. Por que eu não consigo subir aqui? Teve uma hora que apareceu pra subir, agora eu não consigo. Ah, tem uma parada aqui no meio.
Going down. I'm safe to be down here, right?
You shall not be harmed. You must uncouple the safety latches.
That sounds unsafe.
It is not.
Uma outra palavrinha. Isso. Isso aqui não parece só trabalho manual mesmo.
You must
Tem,
now go to the magnetic crane.
parece ter uma lógica.
You're sure I'll be able to fix this?
If you trust in my word, yes.
Ah, ali o magnético. Ah, agora eu acho que eu vou usar ali o dash magnético. Provavelmente eu vou ter que puxar ali eu só tava soltando, agora eu vou puxar o que quebrou ali, o gerador, e vou trocar por outro.
Cast out the old turbine.
A primeira a gente tem que tirar a turbina a antiga. Tem uma luz que vai indicar mais ou menos onde é que é aqui, ó. E aperto A pra cá.
Now cast aside the wretched unit.
Tá dizendo pra eu colocar, jogar de lado essa unidade aqui, deve ser aqui. Espero que seja.
Now you shall place the new turbine.
Será que é essa que tá aqui? Só pode, né? Não tem. Lembrando aí, galera, se vocês quiserem continuar acompanhando, quiser que eu continue jogando pra fazer os outros puzzles, né? Lógico que eu nem sei se eu vou conseguir, mas não custa nada tentar, né? Pra vocês aí.
Behold my power.
What's
O
happening?
jogo tá
I am
bem legal mesmo.
born. Humanity will once again flourish in the brightness of my glory.
This isn't right. Our processing has not combined. Grace has not been restored.
I think she was here for a moment. She was calling to someone. Do you know whoever it is?
No. With power restored, my mind is clearer, sharper. But I could not tell you whoever it is.
You must leave this place at once. Return to your vessel and spread word of my return. From Sol's fiery core to the icy Kuiper expanse, all must know.
Ih, acho que eu fiz uma besteira, hein?
I don't feel like this is going to be a short commandment. We'll see how long before he notices.
It took me nearly a year to get here. I want to know if Grace can be brought back.
There is more complex to explore if you head back to the control room through which you entered. We should determine where in the megastructure my central processors are located. Perhaps along the way you may learn more about this Everett.
I forbid you to linger a moment longer.
And he's back.
Like a divine comet, dive from the outer reaches and spread light and understanding to the inner
Please.
worlds.
I'm not leaving.
And you were showing such promise.
Salvou. Tava aqui, pô, o jogo é muito bem feito, assim, graficamente é muito legal. Ele falou pra retornar o controle de onde eu vim. Deixa eu ver como é que são as opções. Start, Select. Ah, tem um photo mod. Pera aí. Já vamos tirar a nossa thumbnail aqui. É, mas... Estranho esse photomod porque me parece que ele some a interface que eu achei mais legalzinha ali, o capacete ali, mas tudo bem. Não tem como correr. Essa velocidade mesmo.
So, are there any accounts as to why Grace was shut down in the first place?
There's no electronic record at all. That would have been lost during the Great Dark Age.
Dark Age?
Much of humanity's record keeping would have been managed by Grace. So, when she went down 900 years ago, so did the ability to record what happened. The research
As travadinhas, queda de FPS,
and
de leve.
artifacts we uncovered on Earth and Mars. Relay devices that were once connected to Grace's network.
Then we share an interest in shedding light on this Dark Age. From what I can tell, there is some sort of transit system on the other side of the control room, which should lead you to the other parts of the spire. I will illuminate the door leading to this transit system.
Ela disse que vai iluminar a porta que leva para o sistema ali. Outro.
Alas, I require your nimble fingers again.
Alright, what's the pattern?
Another easy one. The Phoenician letter Taw.
Who would know that?
I don't know. Perhaps an archaeologist?
Ih!
How about the Greek letter Chi?
Ah, eu vou ter que pesquisar.
The Roman numeral 10?
Okay.
Ah, tá. Ver se eu consigo fazer. Mas será que tem que ser no meio também?
Please tell me you know your Roman numerals. How about a big fat X? You know that one?
Pois é, mas... Ah, tá, deve
It's the symbol you use to
ser
sign
até o final,
documents.
então.
Just give me a sec.
Ah, tinha mais brancos pra botar ainda.
Got it.
This is not the way to your ship.
Do you believe Grace could have done something to cause humans to turn on her?
Like what?
Like becoming too overbearing?
Humans would have been given no reason.
Ela falou no início uns padrões bem difíceis e depois falou 10 em romano, né? E aí... A grande maioria vai saber, mas tem gente que não sabe, né? Caraca, bonitão aqui, hein? Tá muito
This
bem
must be
feito,
the
né?
main entrance. I'm guessing the landing pad is on the other side of the big doors?
That's correct, Adie. Though the pad appears to be buried under meters of ice.
Bom, mas...
This looks Olympian or Neo-Egyptian. The triangle must represent the spire. Beautiful, don't you think?
Does it matter if it's beautiful?
That's another way to see it, sure.
Tem uma parada aqui.
What are these for?
They appear to be terminals for processing visitors to the spire. But they no longer store any useful information.
Aqui é o terminal que era... Antigamente os visitantes se registravam ali.
Is this an airlock?
Yes. The spire beyond this point can be pressurized. I assume your suit has limited oxygen?
I have about 5 hours left.
That's quite a risk you're taking. Were you assuming station life support could be restored?
Well, can it?
I believe so. But for reasons I'll never understand, life support is controlled by empathy processing. I suppose they had to give it something to do. I will enable that programming now.
Hello, Adie.
Hello. So you're going to get oxygen going?
The process has already begun, my friend. No rush. If you let me accompany you along the path ahead, I can balance the environment to your life force as we walk.
Oh, here we go.
Caraca, velho. Cada lugar que tu chega fica
How are
mais
these plants still intact?
bonito.
They
Fica
must
muito
have
bonito.
been subject to a very sudden drop in temperature while still alive.
What is this place?
Remaining connected to one's natural world is important for a person's well-being. A fitting starting point for those entering the structure, don't you think?
Muito bom mesmo, rapaziada.
Do you recognize any of the objects in this section of the garden? I'd love to know what you think of them. For the
Igor.
calibration process.
This statue could be outer colonial. It's simple, but it's quite beautiful, I guess.
And why would its beauty matter?
People like pretty things.
Ah, a human truth spanning thousands of years.
Am I doing this right?
You are doing splendidly.
I'm sorry. This cannot possibly be necessary.
Temperature preferences can vary considerably between individuals. Careful calibration is essential.
How about above freezing and we proceed?
It's really up to Adie. If you
Tá
don't want to
rolando
consider more objects,
uma
I can set the
desinteligência
temperature
aqui.
within a survivable range, and you can move on to the flower bed next to the stairs.
I have no idea what this is. A weapon or a tool of some kind?
It's a device for working metal. Why do you suppose it's in this garden, Adie?
It could be a symbol of hard work.
An industrious future? Or a laborious past, perhaps?
What's the point of this, Adie?
I'm an explorer. I'm here to learn.
Do you see them, Adie? Life in perfect stillness? The
Um,
flowers defying the hoarfrost, as you have defied the emptiness of space to arrive here.
I guess.
Which one are you?
Pardon me?
Which one of these blooms best embodies your spirit?
Seriously?
It's important I know these things in the balancing of illuminatory ergonomics.
Fancy words do not make this any less idiotic.
Go ahead, Adie. There are no wrong choices.
Cara, que eu já nem sabia. Eu tava lá embaixo, eu
By
não
all
desci,
means, take your time if you need it.
desci a escada. Ah, eu vim daqui mesmo? Ah, é verdade. Deus, tô muito louco, velho.
You remember that you're choosing a flower, right?
Tava prestando atenção na conversa delas ali.
Go ahead and choose a bloom, Adie.
Mas onde que eu vou escolher a flor? É, eu vim daqui mesmo.
Go ahead and choose a bloom, Adie.
Tá. Amarelo, vermelho.
How about this one?
A solid choice. You walked an unsteady path to get here, and I think you've come in search of comfort.
Pelo que eu li,
Or
tudo
you
que
wish
tu
for
escolhe
something bigger than yourself.
altera o
I'm
sentido
making
da
my
história, né?
adjustments now.
Todas as escolhas.
Ah, perfect timing.
Provavelmente eu escolhi a flor amarela.
And we can go about setting oxygen levels.
Call me old-fashioned, but how about the traditional 21%?
Go ahead and seat yourself at the center of the pergola.
Ela falou no centro do tal da pérgola. Eu não sei o que é, mas eu acho que aqui é o centro. Pra cá.
Very good. Now, when you're ready, you can remove your helmet.
My helmet?
Of course. You can't sample the air I've prepared with it on.
And you're sure it's safe?
Your well-being is the most important thing, Adie. I'm certain it is safe.
Okay.
Now I want you to take a deep breath.
Segurar o ar pra dar uma respirada, respirar fundo.
A nice, deep breath. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1, and release. Beautiful. And when you're ready, another deep breath in. Deep as you can, Adie. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Very good, Adie. Feel all that built-up stress from your long journey here release into the ether.
Oh, please.
Shut out any negative energy and take in another life-nurturing breath. Fill those marvelous lungs. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Wonderful.
Even the station has a limited supply of oxygen.
Next, I want you to really open your body by reaching up toward the sky.
Caramba, é no tapa agora?
Wonderful. How's that feel, Adie?
Kinda nice?
And we're almost done the calibration. For our last exercise, I will ask you to stand up.
Okay.
Now, once you're centered, you can hold your hands in a relaxed position in front of you. Now transfer your weight onto one foot. I want you to hold that for 10 seconds.
Okay.
What could this possibly have to do with oxygen levels?
It's about balancing.
Literal balancing? Unbelievable.
Aqui é só equilibrar no analógico, ó, ele vai puxar para um lado.
3, 2, 1, and that's 10 seconds. Excellent, Adie. We've done great work here today. I've made note of these settings for the other parts of the station.
So we can move to the transit system now?
The door out is just up the stairs past the flowers.
Jogo legal mesmo, entendi tudo um pouquinho, mas eu gostei dos puzzles, não são
I'll do my
coisas
best to get the
muito
oxygen
difíceis, mas sim,
right
para a
around.
barreira do inglês ali,
Just let me know if
tu não
anything's not quite
entende,
working for you.
You don't
não
suspect
consegue se direcionar, mas eu achei bem legal mesmo.
Maybe. Or you were abandoned over time.
abandoned?
We've walked away from a lot of great things.
Esses joguinhos mais suaves assim eu curto pra caramba.
These tracks move transport pods to other levels of this complex.
Let's see if we can get this thing working. You wouldn't build a system like this if you didn't need to move a lot of people, which bodes well for finding something cool at the other end. This must be the transit control room. Looks like people worked here. No power?
There is no current running to this console. Control will be required to reroute power.
And you defied my wishes to tell the solar system of my return.
I'm just looking for answers, boss.
I am the only answer.
Control? Fine. Where's the electrical access for the room?
To the left of the rear door. But as I said, you will need control to reroute power to the console.
This era of electronics is dead simple. Won't hurt to take a look.
Porta vermelha? Será que é isso aqui?
This looks like a welder's jetpack. It's been disassembled for some reason. This one looks to be in working order. This should show the power status of the room's various systems.
Outro puzzle. Move range.
Well, nothing in the room is on standby.
As I'd said.
I'm gonna have to look at the breakers. My dad worked on older machines for a living. They're not predictable things. They have quirks.
I sense that there is joy in this work for Adie.
Well, I can tell you there is no joy running to any of those breakers.
Sometimes a good whack will knock something into place.
It's worth a try.
Well, there's your problem right there. Someone's removed the entire power relay.
As I told you.
So why can't Control help us? Isn't he programmed to serve humans?
He's more accustomed to tasks like maintaining power grids across entire planets, while I'm very much attuned to the needs of individuals.
What about you, Logic?
I apparently offer wisdom to the wind.
You activated Control and Empathy.
For all the good that did us.
Is there another configuration we can call on?
Grace's core processors contain only these 3 systems.
Can you combine the systems? Take the edge off Control with a little empathy?
I suppose it's possible, but there's no telling what the outcome of something like that would be.
Could it be any worse than Control?
It can always be worse.
It sounds like a wonderful idea, Adie.
You're right. What do I know? Don't blame me if he turns out to be a murderer.
Esse jogo aqui eu acho que já saiu pra PC antes, se não me engano.
Great.
Ó, uma nova configuração
We're
aí.
powering up pods.
So, you want to hotwire this thing?
Yes, please.
All right. Rerouting is good to go. You can meet me at the breaker panel.
Breaker panel. Não sei onde é que é isso. É aqui. Opa.
These look like
Aqui.
crystal core processors.
Aqui é outra coisa.
Amazing.
Do you still use this technology?
They'd be too expensive to build today.
Será que era ali ainda? Tools. Não é aqui. Electric panel.
Go ahead and flip the switches.
You got it, pal.
And I'm Pal?
Sure. We'll call you pal.
A ordem não importa, eu acho.
Breakers look good. Now you can push the buttons that turn on the different systems. Power's up. I'll let you do the honors.
Ah, não teve puzzle aqui. Achei que ia ter um puzzle.
Go ahead. Push the throttle on the console.
Ah, lá no... Opa.
Here we go.
Oh, that's not good. I'm so sorry, Adie. I thought I would have enough power to do this for you. It seems so important for you to ride in a pod.
I think the track is just jammed with ice.
Ice? You'd think I would be able to handle a little ice.
It's okay. Is there some kind of de-icing system or something?
I don't know.
There is not.
All right, let's look for something to deal with the ice.
Tem que arrumar um jeito de descongelar aquele gelo que tá atrapalhando ali. Né, com esses jetpack.
This could be promising.
Would it be heavy enough to smash the ice?
Maybe. But I'm more interested in what that welding gun might do to the ice. Alright, pal. Let's try this one on for size.
So, what's it gonna do exactly?
Oh, I think you're gonna like it. This is a welder. See if it still works.
Aqui. E use o welder. Tá.
Look at that. A little blue light.
That's not gonna cut it. Are you able to control this?
For you, I could definitely try.
Can you open the fuel throttle to the torch?
Okay. Whoa. I like that. What is it?
That's called an icebreaker, pal. Any idea where the flight controls are?
Someone removed them.
Ela tá
Ok.
perguntando sobre o
I can take control of
controle
the
de
light.
voo, mas diz que alguém removeu.
Looks pretty easy. Stuff shoots out the back and you get thrown up in the air.
Oh, okay.
Não é eu que tô controlando, é o tal do pau.
Easy, pal.
Mais um pau, né?
You wanna go?
Na nossa vida.
All right. If you can move me to the pod, we can have a look at the ice. And, pal, it's super important that you don't cut the engines or move too fast. I don't want to get hurt.
I know, but it's great, isn't it?
Yep. As long as you don't kill me. All right. This should be close enough.
Deixa eu só tirar o processo.
It's so bright and warm.
Just hold me steady.
This is really hard.
I think that's good. Let's have a look at the rest of the track.
You got it. As long as you're not using the fire shooter, flying is pretty easy.
Just keep it up, literally. There's more ice here on the right. Whoa, hold it steady.
Sorry. It's these stupid flames are throwing me around. Ugh.
You may want to ease up, Adie. Don't push him too hard.
Aí tá falando pra não ficar muito tempo apertando, que quanto mais eu aperto, mais dificulta ali, né?
Struggling.
Ela tá indo.
Keep going.
On it.
And this last bit here. Now you've got the hang of it.
This is so cool. It's like the best day of my life.
Well, I'm afraid we're almost done. Think that's it? Do you think you can get me back?
Yeah, I know. You got stuff to do.
Legal, tem de tudo um pouco nesse jogo aqui. Tem puzzle, tem desafios diferenciados aí.
That's fun.
E galera,
Make a good
vou encerrando então com esse último puzzle aqui. Deu pra gente ver bem se o Return to Grace é um jogo aí de puzzle, então com um pouquinho de... Os puzzles vão desde desafios a puzzles mesmo, desses puzzles de descobrir padrões, né? É muito legal o jogo assim, cara. Eu espero que vocês tenham gostado aí do vídeo. Se vocês querem que eu tente aí fazer os próximos puzzles, vocês deixem aí nos comentários. Não esqueça de deixar também um feedback aí, se alguma coisa que vocês não gostaram, deixem um feedback. E likezão. E sigam o meu canal para ficar atento aí às próximas novidades aí, fechou? Grande abraço aí a todos. Deus abençoe vocês e até o próximo vídeo. Falou!